Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go through how to set up Slack Elevate, aka Slack Sales Home. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, this video assumes that you have already gone through the steps to connect your Salesforce and your Slack through the new native integration. And while this is the new era and the new official way to integrate Slack and Salesforce, it's not yet, as of the time of this recording in January 2026, at parity with its predecessor, which was called Slack Sales Elevate. Now, some of the features that Elevate can do, while it was very limited in terms of its scope of how it was trying to solve problems for sales users, some of the things it can do are still not yet available in the Salesforce app. And so we're going to go through the process of connecting your Slack with Salesforce Elevate. Your Slack and your Salesforce with Slack Elevate. And while we can go through here, and if we go into, the admin manage Salesforce organizations, you'll see in the users tab in our Salesforce org that though we are here and though we are authenticated, this really is an indicator of that new Salesforce integration. This doesn't necessarily imply that this user here could access Elevate. And the way that that is governed is actually through a permission set in Salesforce. And we do have a standard permission set that we're able to utilize for assigning out access. So if you go under S here and we go to Slack Sales Home User, right? So you'll hear it referred to as Elevate, you'll hear it referred to as Sales Home. We're using those terms interchangeably. I'm going to go ahead and add both of these users to that permission set, which will allow them to access this sales tab in Slack. So if we go sales here and start setup, we're going to add our Salesforce org. And this is here because we've already done our connection. If you've not yet gone through the process of connecting your Slack and your Salesforce, you will have to do this part first. So as I go through and I connect, it's going to lead me to a next simple kind of few clicks. What it wants us to do is essentially state what is our object in Salesforce that we interpret as our opportunity object, right? Because again, this was designed for salespeople and to be the opportunity-centric notification engine. It allows you to say, hey, we don't use opportunities, we use something else instead. We want opportunities here. And we're going to click save and we're going to click update. All right, and that was really fast. This is actually faster than I was expecting. Sometimes you'll see this will have to go through a process of syncing for up to 15-30 minutes. And now what we can do within here is we can do a few things. We can say which Salesforce list views we want to automatically appear on a sidebar within the Sales Home app for our users. We can, as admins, build notifications to be sent to our users. This is where we can specify a few settings as well, and then go through a process of what global action in Salesforce do we want to have represent our log activity, right? This has to be a log, a call type of a global action. And we'll review shortly where that would live. And then also this celebration, just kind of like a nice, essentially system notification that's going to look for opportunities closed, and it will provide within someone's profile just a little bit of a celebration. Always kind of like a nice little cultural excitement there. So your end users, when they access this for the first time, they will get a new user experience of saying, hey, do you want to review some Salesforce lists, which pops them to this right here, to take a look at these and look at all of your records in Salesforce. You can do that. You can also add metrics. So you can add up to 6 Salesforce reports that will show up here. And what these are just links to Salesforce reports. So I'm just going to type in sales, for example. It's not finding anything, okay? What I can do instead if we're struggling to find something is I'm just going to go to the reports console app, wait for this to load. Come on, there we go. And I'll just go all reports. Do I have anything for sales? I got nothing, jeez. All right, I'm just going to pick a random report. Sample report. Boy, it's nothing good here. Okay, we're going to click a random report and we're just going to click accounts, start report. We really don't care what's in there right now, and we're going to save. This can be a private report, right? This does not have to be something that is visible to everyone, for example. So we're going to say all accounts created all time. Boy, that's really not a lot. We are going to save this and we're going to grab this URL and we'll throw that here. No, it doesn't want it yet. Let's refresh and we will add our metric of, yeah, it still didn't fetch it. Okay, let's try that one more time. There we go, new accounts report. So sometimes you just kind of have to play with it a little bit in terms of, is it going to take the URL or the name of it? It can find any summary metrics. Now I want you to be careful because these are not live reports. They, depending on number of users in your Slack org, it could be on an up to 12-hour delay. And so don't put something up here that you're counting on being a up to the minute, up to the second level of accuracy, like your forecast, for example. And then the primary thing with Elevate or Sales Home is the ability to build out notifications, right? So end users can build out these templated notifications. Again, these are for the opportunity object to be able to say something like anytime an amount is changed and go through this, what you see is what you get, like very easy kind of form style build of saying, hey, on my opportunities that are above $50,000, if the amount is changed, I want to send this into my sales notifications. The piece that is the main reason why you would still want to deliver notifications to Sales Home over the Salesforce workflow engine is if you go into tools and build a workflow. This is the most important piece in terms of distinguishing Slack Elevate versus just the Salesforce integration, which is that these on a schedule notifications can only be sent to Sales Home at this time, okay? I would assume that there are plans for Slack to build this to where it's going to the new app, but at this time, you can only send what we would call these summary notifications. So, hey, anytime, every week, send me the opportunities that are out of date, for example, and I'm just going to pick something random. Anytime that an account name has changed, show me all of the, every day at 8 a.m., send me a notification of every account whose name has changed. And we're going to go ahead and click continue. And what you'll see is when you build these on a schedule notifications, there's only one, come on, let me go ahead and do this here. Account name. There we go. Okay, it made me do something there. Okay, and it only lets you do one step, send summary to Sales Home. Okay, so this is going to build out a notification that looks like this and send that to yourself in this case, right? So the summary notifications are why you would still want to be exploring Elevate at this time, Sales Home at this time, over the Salesforce native integration. All right. Hope that clears some things up. Feel free to leave some comments if you have any questions. Thanks.